Welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. We want to dedicate this episode of The Rundown to the one and only Kenny Baker, who helped to bring R2-D2 and so many other cool characters to life. We're going to miss you, Kenny, but you'll never be forgotten, and this Rundown is dedicated to you. You're going to have to wait an extra 2 months to play Final Fantasy 15. After several rumors surfaced over the weekend, Square Enix officially delayed the new game this morning. It was slated to arrive at the end of September, but will now land on November 29th. Can you guess why they pushed it back? As with pretty much every delay, the developers say they need more time to polish the game and make sure it's as good as players are expecting. That's fine by us. We want games to be good, and 2 months isn't that much of a wait. Taking the time to make it right seems especially important for the Final Fantasy team, given all the problems that they had with their last big game, Final Fantasy XIV. It was rushed out with loads of problems in 2010, only to be taken offline and completely retooled and re-released 3 years later. It looks like they don't want to repeat the same mistakes with Final Fantasy XV. We'll keep you up to date with the latest on the game as its new release date approaches. Ubisoft is taking immersion to a smelly new level. With their new game, South Park: The Fractured Butthole, right around the corner, they've announced a new peripheral built for the game that's a little unusual, to say the least. It's called the Nausealyst Rift and is a device you wear around your nose that unleashes fart smells whenever your character farts within the game. Seriously, this isn't a joke, we checked. The device uses special perfume, not real farts, to simulate the smell of one, which the developers hope will make the game that much more realistic, not to mention funny. The public will be able to try out the Nausealyst Rift with the game at the massive Gamescom event in Germany later this week, but who's to say the farts won't be real there?
Shut up, Super Craig.
Although the device is real, Ubisoft hasn't said if they plan to produce it on a large enough scale to sell it in stores, but if they do, it will likely arrive around the same time as the Fractured Butthole, which launches December 6th.
Oh, you want Civil War? Is that what you want? Yeah, dude, Civil War. You. You get out of my house.
The Nausealyst Rift seems like it could be a useful peripheral for other Ubisoft games. Imagine smelling burnt rubber in racing games like The Crew, or smelling the garbage lining the streets in The Division, or roasting human flesh while taking on the cannibals in Far Cry Primal. Hopefully it becomes a reality.
We'll make way more money on our franchise. Go ahead, I bet you don't even get halfway through phase 1 on your franchise, DC Comics.
More evidence has come in that Warner Brothers has a serious problem on their hands with their shared DC cinematic universe. Suicide Squad, the latest film in the DC lineup, was the #1 movie at the box office for the second week in a row, raking in $43 million. That's obviously a lot of money, but here's the problem. The film's second weekend haul was a very steep 67% less than what it made in its opening weekend. Every movie takes a hit in its second week, but a drop this steep is extremely rare, and the only other film with a comparable decline this year was Batman vs. Superman, which saw a 69% drop. We previously reported that Suicide Squad had a big drop in revenue from its opening Friday to the following Saturday, but now that the numbers are continuing to fall at such a steep rate from week to week, we can safely say that it wasn't a fluke. Like Batman vs. Superman, the negative word of mouth is hurting the film in the long run, which is especially problematic given that these films are part of an ongoing cinematic universe. If audiences are put off by the early films, they probably won't keep coming back for more. Thankfully, there's still time for Warner Brothers and DC to turn things around. All they have to do is start making better movies. Hopefully next year's Wonder Woman will be the first undisputably awesome movie in the shared DC cinematic universe. It comes out summer 2017.
Well, that's neat.
Get ready to say goodbye to Fallout 4. Bethesda has announced that the final batch of DLC for the game will hit all platforms on August 30th. Titled Nuka-World, it gives players a massive post-apocalyptic amusement park to explore, filled with all kinds of different attractions, new weapons and items, characters and creatures, and other fun stuff. Think of it as a more deadly version of Disneyland, which seems like the perfect setting for Bethesda to unleash their familiar brand of dark humor. Nuka-World is the 6th expansion included in the game's Season Pass, and it looks like it will be the biggest because its download size is reportedly larger than the last expansion, Far Harbor. Now that all the DLC for the game is finished, don't be surprised if a complete Game of the Year edition of Fallout 4 is announced in the near future. And some people are already getting anxious to play a new game in the Fallout series. Users on NeoGAF claim to have spotted a trademark registration filed in the European Union for something called Fallout New Orleans, and it even comes with a logo. This seems like it's probably an internet hoax because there's no indication that the trademark was actually filed by Bethesda, but still, you can't blame people for wanting more Fallout. The idea of a new game coming so soon after Fallout 4 isn't that far-fetched though. Fallout New Vegas came out just 2 years after Fallout 3, although it was developed by Obsidian Entertainment and not Bethesda. If they follow the same pattern, we could see a new Fallout game in the next few years, although you should take any rumors with a heavy dose of skepticism until official announcements are made. And that wraps us up for the rundown, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new one.
Let's go, pal.
Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.